Welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. Cancer, we are going to go on a journey together to uncover your spiritual message and your spiritual focus for this week. Oh, I thought we were going to start with this card. This is so funny. We've got the Queen of Cups for the energy of the universe, the energy that the universe sends you this week. So this is a great week for your intuition, for your intuitive knowing. Make sure that you're taking the time to really connect with that place. Whatever you need to do, whether it's taking walks or sitting down in meditation, your intuition is running at a high. There's also the sense that your intuition is going to give you a bigger sense of the whole, like what this all means together. There's going to be strong flashes of things that connect very deeply, not just little flashes here and there, but very strong, everything kind of coming together in a puzzle to make sense. So very, very important to cherish, value, and trust your intuition this week, Cancer. Now, funny, we've got the opposite going on. So if this card is all about nighttime, this card is all about daytime, the King of Wands. So rather than looking inside, the tendency is going to be to want to look outside, to react, to respond. There's a lot going on in your world, and there's a lot that you feel needs your attention. There's almost a FOMO going on when you're afraid you're going to miss something. But the true seeing is done on the inside. That lovely little line from The Little Prince that says, it's only with the heart that we see rightly, the mind, the eyes don't see correctly at all. It's much more poetic than that. Don't allow all of this busyness and all of these things demanding your attention or everywhere you feel like you need to be looking. You still need to balance that with that nighttime energy, the inward, the darker, slower, quiet energy that gives time to receive. That's not always responding to everything that's going on. That's really taking things in and really sensing from the inside out. This card right now is responding to what's on the outside. When this card is put into play, when you're in touch with that intuition, when you're looking inside, that actually fuels and galvanizes your action. So it becomes a directed, empowered action rather than a reactive action. So let's keep going. You've got the Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. This is fascinating, Cancer. We've got two court cards, two royalties, and then we've got two aces right here. So there's an interesting symmetry going on. This card here, your Ace of Cups, is talking about that true connection to self-love, that true connection to doing exactly what's best for yourself, knowing how to nurture yourself, knowing how to love yourself, and to feel that this source of self-love is never ending. You can feel that either within yourself or you can feel it because we are connected to Source. It doesn't really matter which way you verbalize it. Source is never ending. It is overflowing with love for us, overflowing with benefit and positive energy. We are extensions of that. So if you tap into that definition as, okay, I'm tapping into that energy from Source, that's fine. But I also think this is about going to a more personal level and saying, okay, I am a never-ending source of self-love for myself. And I'm the sure force. And again, we've got this nighttime. There's a half moon here. There's a full moon here. So this is encouraging you to pour more and more and more of your energy into that self-love so we get to the point of the full moon. So we have this whole picture. So you're receiving absolutely everything. I love how these colors are complementing each other. Really, really is amazing. There's a resistance to doing this, our Nine of Swords here. There's a worry and anxiety because it almost forces your hand. When you know what's best for you, when you have a sense of what you need to do to make you thrive, very often the choice there is no choice. There's one way forward for you. There's one thing that needs to happen. And you're feeling anxiety about this. You're feeling anxiety about this direction forward. And I love this deck because look at this. We have all this water pouring down. The water comes up to make this decision. The sword arises from that emotional knowing, from the subconscious, from the intuition. It arises out of there to show you your direction forward so that you can step with conviction into a new phase of your life. This Nine of Swords is reluctant to go there. And the reluctance to take that stand, to make that decision and to jump forward is preventing the flow of this self-love. So, Cancer, this is a tough message because you're looking busy. You're looking very active. On the outside, it looks like you're doing a lot of things, but the one thing you're not doing is the one thing you need to be doing more. Turning inward, filling that cup, making sure that your self-love is at an ultimate high and that you feel as though there is no end to it. There's no beginning and there's no end to your self-love. That amount of emotional force is going to, not force in the pushing kind of way, but force as in force of nature. That emotional force within you is going to drive a certain direction of action for you forward. It is the correct action. It is the right action if it has been coming from the inside. If it's action from the outside, reaction, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this big welling up of a force that tells you, I have to go this direction. I need to go this place. This is what's being asked of me. This is where I'm required to go. It is going to force you. It is going to mean an end to something, an end to comfort, an end to the way you used to be in a certain relationship, possibly the end to a relationship, or an end to a period where you were used to showing up less than, and that's been kind of comfortable because you don't have to make all the decisions, or you don't have to, you're not responsible. When you're in that kind of mindset, when you don't show up fully. This is asking you to take full responsibility for you, your self-love, and your direction. And this is a lot being asked of you. But it's being asked of you right now because it's the right time and because you can handle it. You wouldn't be asked if you couldn't handle it. So really keep that in mind. So really a lovely set of cards for you. I know it's a challenging set of cards. I just know that there's a lot of healing there for you. There's a lot of energy waiting for you. There's a lot of conviction and confidence and clarity waiting for you. It's all inside of you already. It's just waiting for you to tap into it and focus into it in a way that really magnifies it and roots it in your being. Really grows deep roots, not superficial, oh yeah, I'm going to say these affirmations. Not that there's anything wrong with affirmations. They are only as good as your belief. So if your belief is only this much, your affirmations move energy that much. If your belief is this much, that's maybe, then your affirmations can move that much. So right now, the deep knowing, the deep time spent inward is more important than the words you're saying. So, questions about that, please let me know, Cancer. I always love hearing from you. And thank you for the opportunity to read for you today. If you are looking for more one-on-one guidance, I do have some availability this week. You can find out more on my website, trueguidancetarot.com. I do these particular YouTube readings every Saturday, so I'd love to see you back next time, and I can't wait to see what message we have for you then. Until then, have an awesome week.